Hello and welcome to today's video. So, as you can probably have picked up from the other videos, this video has not quite gone to plan. So essentially we were supposed to get this car started, it was supposed to go for wrap and then straight to the dyno. But stuff didn't work out as we planned. So we planned on doing a big release on the look of the car, but it's still not there. So for this Sunday, we're on Friday now. The car is in the garage, which can only mean the dyno session didn't go to plan. So we're gonna cut back in time to the start of the week where the car has already been wrapped, but this was supposed to be played after the reveal. So this is kind of a soft reveal of the wrap. We kind of can't hide it away anymore because we need to document what's going on with it now. So yeah, we're cut back to the start of the week and see how the first start got on. Okay, so I guess welcome to the past. At this point, the car will have been revealed and everything like that, so I don't have to say how much of a good job the guys at Precision Tinting Graphics did. So this is the day of the potential, hopefully, first startup. So we've got the guys, they're filling up all the car with fluids and everything like that. The car is now all plumbed and the ejectors in and everything like that. We've got Bob down here. Say hi, Bob. He just finished off a few things on Dave's car. So he's come down here to make sure all the wiring and everything's fine, and then hopefully we'll be able to get a first start up on here. So hopefully that will be today. Okay, so I think all the fluids are being put in. So are we ready to go for first startup?
Yeah, I'll try it anyway.
Not sure how first startups go, but that didn't sound great. Silence makes it even worse.
Is there enough voltage?
I think so. I think it's something else.
Is the engine's like turning backwards?
Yeah, it's like, I think maybe timing's off or something. It might be firing off. It sounds bad.
So Ryan is a little worried about the oil pressure because he made up the oil pickup and he's paranoid.
Look, oil's a weird thing. You can't be too safe with oil.
And you can't be too wrong with it. If you're wrong,
if you're wrong, it's wrong.
We have Robbie from TDP on TeamViewer, so he's essentially running all the checks from his place. He's the person that's going to be mapping the car. So
I'm actually just doing that with my mind.
The base timing's off, so it's kicking back. It's like the timing's 180 out or something. So he's trying to find base timing in order to get it to run to go to the dyno. Try it now.
yes.
Oh!
It's there. I can give it some throttle if you want.
This could be it. Hey! Oh no!
Ryan's concerned that we have oil pressure.
Have you got the oil pressure gauge?
Yeah, that big square there.
Has Robbie put that in for you? Seems to be on. I'm guessing they're going to be checking stuff now. There you go, Ryan. Oil pressure.
Oh, it's oil pressure.
This is a big relief. This is kind of a big moment. This is overshadowed by being very wary and scared, but holy it's actually running. This is is a long time in the making. Everything looks to be running fine. So there you go, just popped in.
Wow. What a moment. That's an amazing feeling, isn't it?
It's strange, it's like, it is a big moment.
Like, it's now a car. This was a very, very crappy MX5 that now has potentially a lot of power. I'm excited now that we can take it to the dyno and we have a running car. It feels bizarre. Right?
It's a bizarre feeling. It's
bizarre
an
feeling.
unsettling feeling.
Because it's like they were both inanimate objects for a very long time. They were like you were building just a Lego set, and now it actually is a car that runs, which is mad.
But now the dyno is like this is almost forgotten about now getting it started. Now I'm scared about the dyno.
Well, you could have had major problems here and you haven't. So let's hope that there's no major problems there as well. Like, I mean, if it goes to the dyno, runs, comes off the dyno fine,
Then
it's the biggest relief in the world, because then the car actually runs, it's fine, there's no issues with it, and you can go drifting. Whereas we're halfway there, is what I would say. It's bad to think at some point they'll be both gone somewhere for mapping, and we'll actually be able to clean the garage to be space to walk
you
around.
know what it almost feel like parents and the kids are going away for the
They'll
first
be
time.
like, are you going to pack a lunch for your car going to Robbie's? Now, behave yourself when you're in there. Do everything Robbie says.
Don't misbehave.
Yeah. And if Robbie says rev, you rev, okay? No mistakes. Big moments. Big moments.
Say big moments indeed. Right, we should cut this here, and then the next time we'll be on the dyno. Okay, so after the point of the car starting pretty much without any problems, that's where stuff going right kind of stopped. So Ryan, if you can explain in simplest terms what went on after that.
Yeah, so we started the car, we said we're going good, then we said we'll try to put it into gear and see does it move under its own power. And as soon as you banged it into gear, the wheels just automatically spun, like the clutch wasn't engaging fully. So yeah, we had to go and pull the box back out. We re-measured the release bearing, that seemed to be all fine, everything was fine. Figured out then we used the wrong clutch cylinder. Yeah, we used a 0.65 where we needed a 0.75, so we changed that out and adjusted the clutch up, and we got a clutch pedal, so we were able to drive it.
Okay, so we didn't film that part really because why are you smirking at me now? What do you want to? You know what? He's been doing this the whole time. Go on. Go on. What do you want to say?
We asked you to get the munchies, and you come back with a packet of munchies.
But you asked for munch. I got exactly what you asked for.
We asked Josh to go down to the shop and get, what was it, Red Bull for him and some munchies.
So I just thought Wayne really.
So Josh came back with one can of Red Bull.
Four cans.
Sorry, 4 cans of Red Bull and 1 packet of the sweets called munchies.
And can we just say, we never even got one of them.
We didn't even need them.
The lad that's going to the gym ate them all. We won't say his name.
Okay, so from that point, the car was essentially dyno ready. So Wayne took it down to Robbie's at TDP in the morning, and then it was on the dyno. We were getting a bit of feedback saying everything was going right, and then all hell broke loose, which is the turbo blue.
Which is no good.
So, like, you can even tell on camera with the noise that is not the way a turbo should be sounding. So yeah, we got a phone call. As you could tell on our last video, we were halfway on the way down to Robbie's, so then we came back, Wayne picked up the car. The car's now back in the garage, but as you can see, there is a new turbo on the car now.
Yeah, so what we took off it was a GT3076.
Which is
It's
a big enough one. The housing was big on it, so it was laggy.
And we couldn't find a replacement core or a replacement turbo, the same kind of turbo, so we ended up having to uprate the turbo to I think that's a G30 series turbos. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it fits now, so that's all I care about. We had to modify everything to make it fit, but it's on there now.
So essentially this turbo is 2 generations up from the old turbo, so that is actually a not much smaller, but it visually smaller turbo, but we've been told that it should make the same if not more power, and it should be a lot more responsive. So Bob Stevens, he supplied this, So we essentially had it in stock because it was for another customer whose car wasn't ready, but we just replaced that one. So that's very lucky that we got it at such short notice. But the car is now ready to be started again, is it?
It is. Fire up there, Jimbo.
Oh, I don't want to go through this feeling again. We don't even know what map's on here now.
Finish my hard work now. I had to make the turbo
Oh, you
fit.
finished? You finished for
The
now?
turbo fits, that's my job done.
How much was the downpipe? Oh,
Oh, 8 mil.
8 mil. So the exhaust was 8 mil off, so we had to completely modify it.
I had to modify all the oil lines, all the water lines, the intercooler pipe, and the downpipe, just to get the turbo. So pretty much everything that connects to the turbo.
Just a bolt on part. Just a bolt on part.
I was going to say this is really handy to start the car. You can actually start from out here. You come out and start.
Okay, so we're just going to drive it around the yard, just see how it's moving and everything like that, just so we can make sure when it does actually go down to Robbie, everything will be fine. Well, it's turning under its own power with the clutch and everything, so that's a good sign. Well, you know what they say, second time lucky. The plan's gone to crap now, so we're just kind of filming as and when we're going. So tomorrow this is going to be mapped, that's going to be in this video, and hopefully everything goes fine, everything with the turbo, engine, God forbid no more problems, because the spending really has to stop now. We have seriously gone over budget, and the extra $2,000 on the turbo is, yeah. I'm just doing the reveal of the livery. So here we go.
No void fabrication.
We sponsored you for this project. The way of doing the first montage on the car with the new livery is killing me that was it, but it is what it is. But yeah. Fingers crossed everything goes well tomorrow.
Alright guys, we got a bit of breathing space because both cars are now at Track Day Performance to talk to you guys about our brand new merch range. I am wearing the 2021 Drift Games Drift Team hoodie. Looks pretty spectacular, if I do say so myself. Nice fit, Irish made. So this is supporting the team for this year, but we've got a lot more stuff to show you. We have this ink grey tire thread on the arms, and I actually really like this design. This is one of my favorite designs we've done that is now available also on the shop right now. We've got this, our anti-mangy t-shirt. Show this, see that? It's ironic, that makes it clever. This is a firm favorite from the boys at the moment. Really nice color. They won't hang around very long. We've got the team t-shirt. If you want to support Drift Games at the track this year, we want to see you wearing it. All of our sponsors on there, and on the back, really cool design, designed by Factory 83 in the US. Very cool. Grab one of those quickly. We also have the exact same of the fashion one in black. This is actually a personal favorite of mine. I like black and white. Very simple style, kind of a fashion fit, and very comfortable and really good quality. They're all pre-washed as well, so they won't shrink in the wash. We also have, in the face there, Adam. Jeez. We also have the anti-mangy hoodie in gold and black. Really like this one. As you guys can see, gold and black, very slick. And that is all available now on our shop. We really appreciate you guys if you pick up some merch. We put a lot of time and effort into it to make sure that it's very high quality, that it is a very good fit and a very good print. We have never been as happy with any of our merchandise as we have been with the fit and finish of these. Really looking forward to seeing you guys wearing them. There's only a limited amount on the shop, so get in there very quick to grab them if you can, because I'm not sure when we're going to get restock in, and we expect them to go pretty fast. And everything that you buy on the shop, supports us here at the garage, keeps the lights on, and keeps us making this amazing content. So thank you guys for all of your support, and go to the shop now.
Okay, so we're down here at TDP. Dave is here for
Moral support.
Team Moral Support here.
Yeah, well, I can't do much on the dyno now, to be fair.
But to be fair, I can't do much on the dyno either.
We can watch and pray. I can do some praying, because that's what we need after the week we've had and the week with your car. Praying is what's needed now. So tonight will be this video's out tonight, right?
Yeah, so this is around 11 o'clock or something like that. So what you're seeing today will be out today. Does that make sense?
You're turning them around pretty fast now, Josh.
So this is the second time, obviously, it's been on the dyno, as you heard earlier in the video, that the turbo went last time. So Robbie has it all hooked up onto the dyno, and fingers crossed, this will
be the last. Well, it might not be the last time it's on the dyno, because we have to come back with both cars for a couple of, say, small tuning bits. But this is the power runs. This is the most important part. Does the engine work? Does all the work you've done for the last 5 months work together? Mine got there in the end. We're hoping both cars by the end of this week. If both cars run by the end of this week and have power runs, it'll be a massive achievement.
Massive achievement.
It looked bad for both. Now it looked good for mine, and now it looks like okay for yours. But it's such nervy days, and I think this is the most nervous part of the whole build, because
Well, the worst thing is that I was nervous the first time, and now I thought the nerves weren't going to be as bad, but they're actually worse this time round. It's
let's just have positive thoughts and just hope and pray, and hope you guys are praying and hoping as well that this car works, makes power, and doesn't blow the turbo again, which would be ideal, because that was lots of money to spend this week we didn't plan. So let's hope this little MX5 makes some good power. You've been working on it for this morning, getting the little bits buttoned up.
Yep. It's okay now, it seems to be better. This turbo is working.
well, I hope it's better.
Better than an exploding turbo. Like the bar was set low.
Yeah, that's some boost. Last time we just went.
Yeah, no, we're looking forward to seeing what this car does. I mean, this is still an MX5 at the end of the day. It's going to make a lot of power for an MX5 today if all goes well, which I'm very excited to see.
So ideally, we're going for what are we going for? 450, 500.
450 to 500, I think, is achievable. What do you think, Robbie?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's just I'm not quite sure this turbo combo, but we have to just get it dialed in to suit the cams and stuff. So. Yeah, it should be.
This has been a good look engine for us for the last 2 years, so hopefully it continues that good look. Car made like high 400s when it was in the 180SX, so let's hope it makes something similar. It's got a better turbo, a newer turbo at least, than it had before, and definitely the wiring and the build is far beyond what was in the 180SX. So I'm looking forward to seeing how all the components from, the Link ECU, Sonico Race Fuel, all the racing lines, everything we got from Group D on the fuel system, like putting all that together now and seeing if all that works as well as we hoped it would for the last 5 months, because there's been a lot of like guesswork and a lot of getting advice and figuring it out. So now we kind of find out if it was all worth it, and here's praying. A lot of people on the last video when we did the Corvette were absolutely loving listening to the information from you, Robbie, because it is kind of like the secrets of how this all works, and it is a complicated process, which is, it's not something that people can just go, I'm just going to map my car. It's not as simple as that. So in this car, obviously we're running a Nissan 2-litre turbo, fully forged engine, which was in my 180SX, which we did map here before, but the wiring and stuff in that car was an absolute hen's nest. And this has all been very, very nicely wired by Motorsport 56. Everything is very purpose built, and we've got a lot of Link goodies in this car. So we want to talk through the Link ECU system that's in this car and just give people an idea of what the advantages are of something, a standalone ECU first of all, and the difference maybe between the older ECUs. Like a lot of people would have run older ECUs back in the day, like the Apexi Power FC was one that was. What's the advantage now? How far has technology come in the last couple of years with Link ECU that you can now step into the car? What does it allow you to control a lot better and a lot more sort of efficiently to get power out of the car?
So we'll do is break this down. Let's just talk about the last time the engine was here. So the last time the engine was here, it was on a G4 Plus, which is a very good Link ECU, and it's still good. Can still hold its own with most out there. But it was a plug and play version. So it was meant to run on the OEM wiring loom for the car, and it was really more for the road car version of that engine. So it had limitations in that it basically could have extra sensors fitted onto it with expander looms and this, that, and the other, but it didn't have motorsport electrical connectors. It used the original Nissan OEM connectors, and you were limited to the original wiring loom, which on that car wasn't very good, as we've already just said. And it was in a standard ECU case, so it wasn't splash-proof, waterproof, dust-proof or anything, because it's designed to be in a car with a sealed up interior, not full of drift smoke, or you know, when you wash it now and again, these cars are not very waterproof. Sometimes water gets in the footwell and stuff because there's panel gaps and all on these drift cars now. So not really ideal for a competition car. It was fine at that stage. That was what I would call a transition car.
Yeah.
You know, there are cars that started off as road cars transitioned into drift cars. So you guys did the right thing. You started from scratch, and we advised you to go with the standalone, full standalone version of the ECU. And it's got a faster processor than the old ECU. It's got much more data logging, and it's got some extra cool maths processing functions that the tuner can do. So we can take an input, process it through a mathematical function and send it out to do something else, which is really useful for high-end stuff. So this can do 8 injectors, 8 ignition outputs, and 8 auxiliaries, as well as a huge number of inputs and DIs. So it's got lots of expansion capabilities, but this car is quite heavy on sensors now, where the old car was the ECU, and as I said, it was tied to the original wiring loom. So these engines in the original car wouldn't have had an oil pressure sensor, they wouldn't have had a fuel pressure sensor, they wouldn't have had extra temperature sensors, they would have had the basic minimum to run the engine. So now we've got extra sensors here to allow us to keep the engine in tip-top health, and to allow us to tweak the tune afterwards, either from the data logging or have the ECU do it itself, to suit different air pressure tracks, different temperature tracks, different situations you come across in real life. With the oil and fuel pressure, you get massive amount of safety, because you get proper dash warning if your oil pressure is not doing what you want, instead of a light, because like if an oil light comes on, normally that's too late. The standard oil light, it's like, it comes on, it just verifies it.
Yeah. What you thought was bad is bad.
Yeah,
So
it just goes, it comes on and goes, yes, I confirm your engine is now dead. You should probably stop, or it will stop for you. So before any of that happens now, the modern ECU through your link dash will give you a warning to say your oil pressure is not what it should be. It's not dead yet, but maybe we'd advise you pull over.
Yeah.
Or we can also set it that if it goes into a critical stage at high RPM, it can impose a rev limiter, cut the engine power down. Not ideal if you're in competition and you're going for the win, but it depends if the win's worth the win replacing the engine or not.
That just to me puts a great amount of, especially when you're traveling to the UK and you're spending a lot of money to go to an event, and you don't want any silly issue or you don't want a disaster. Even if you know you can go back and fix the car, it's better than knowing the car is in pieces. So I'm really looking forward now to seeing this all work together. It's been a long time again looking at this car with no movement for probably 5 months. It's been a tough week for Josh and the boys getting it all back together, and I know you've already have the turbo fail on the dyno. We got a fresh turbo on there. You're going to jump in and do the map.
Yep.
We're going to jump in and do some power runs. This is probably the most exciting part of the build so far, Josh, is to see what power it makes, and also just know for ourselves that everything that has been put into the car, because remember, not one piece of this was in this car in November. Did it all go together properly? Did all of our Sunico race fuel work? Did our racing lines work? Did all of our BMC air filters? Everything just comes together, all these components, to make one sort of fused car, and now hopefully it works. So Robbie, let's fire this thing up. We've heard it run now. Let's make it one angry little MX5.
Oh, it is an angry car. Yep, okay.
It's not the easiest car to get into.
No. Oh, you're filming getting. Oh, that's nice. Thanks.
We're gonna have to spend a day practicing how to get in now without looking like
these
idiots.
seats are pretty comfortable once you're in.
Yeah.
But if you happen to land your arse on the edge or something.
Yeah, they're not.
Oh, yeah.
There's no padding.
There's no padding. It's not forgiving. You have to be fairly precise getting in and out.
There's a big bruise in my leg there from falling into the Corvette, where one day I slipped over the bar.
I actually got in yesterday and I had the same thing. I just landed on the seat.
Joanna was there going to me, why's there a big bruise on your leg? And I'm like, must be that Corvette thing. Anyway, let's make some noise.
Let's get this MX5 going, Joshy.
It's all up from here. You nervous? Terribly. That's the only noise I want. I've been watching this like a hawk. The only problem is I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, you can see a little spray or a little smoke
It was
coming
coming
out.
through down there. So
Yeah,
that
no, I
was
can see
definitely-
there. I can see now. Look, there's a little bit of a. See there? Just there. It's just it's lifting the injector seal slightly.
Ah, so it's actually a little bit of fuel
On
coming out.
boost, yeah, it's fuel mist. Yeah.
we're learning solid engine mounts.
Yeah,
And not the way to go.
Engine mounts. Don't do solid engine mounts in an SR20 or any 4-cylinder. Yeah, that pair.
We've been told now.
Yeah, they need to be really kept pressed down.
The whole car's just rattling its way apart.
It's basically everything that's not tight, the solid engine mounts go, and you're gone.
Anything that's tight is going. Okay, so as I said there, the fuel rail was popping up, so he's just reinforced it with a few cable ties. Obviously this is a temporary fix, just to secure it down, make sure it doesn't pop up anymore, and we should be good for a power run now. That's the part that will settle a lot of nerves, because until the power run, the engine's not under the full strain and it's still scary. So yeah, hopefully all is good. I think this is the power run.
No less nervous now. Wow! Nearly 500! 500 was the max we were wanting.
That's a big weight off the chest though.
It did it! Take off now. Earmuffs off.
That's intense with the wind going.
Robbie, that seemed good.
No, it's not good, and we have a problem again. Like
Oh,
these
don't say
from
this.
well, no, it's fixable, but like right. This might seem good, but like that's a very low rev limit for a SR20. This is not the rev limit imposed by the ECU either. This is a problem again from your solid engine mounts. We're receiving so much vibration that we seem to be getting a trigger error from the CAS sensor under heavy load, because I was able to free rev the engine to 7.2, which was the programmed rev limiter, but I actually will run the engine to 7.5, but under heavy load we can't get past here.
Okay, well let's have a look at it.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get sorted. If we can't, it's not the end of the world. The engine's running okay, we just have some issues.
At least the engine and the turbo's running.
Engine
Yeah, no, the turbo's actually good, yeah. Yeah, it's still, you know, after 4,000 before you got really usable torque, but that's an SR always, like. So from 4,000 to 6.5, that's 2,500 RPM window. If we can get it to rev to 7.3, 7.4, it'll be nearly 3,000 RPM window. Sequential box, if you can't keep it in that, you need to hang up the old racing boots, Josh.
Yeah. Or don't take them out as well. Alright. So Robbie's just trying to fix your CAS sensor. I don't know what a CAS sensor is, but
I saw it, it's a circle.
it's a circle. That's what it is. So we've got some drift cars, we've got a racing car. All of this. Magic Man. Oh, Evos. Evos.
You have a soft spot for Evos.
I do, but I'm trying to figure out which one it is. I think that's an Evo.
I've got this wrong before, so I'm not even attempting
I think
it.
it's an 8.
I would have said 8 as well. I'm sure he's going to get crucified in the comments if it's not.
Oh, there'll be someone in the comments straight away saying it's not. It could be a 7 with other lights on it. It's too hard to tell, really, on now. What for the boys?
Is this a Glanzer?
Does it have a Glenza turbo LED? Starbolt.
I've got a soft spot for these as well.
Starbolt there, yeah. That's a car that would suit you now.
Small. Yep. Just small, yeah.
Small turbo. This is the S2000 turbo engine powered crazy lunatic active aero on the back kind of kit car thing. I'm not sure what
Kit
it is.
car thing, not sure. It looks like a death trap. Let's see it.
Do you know what? I'd rather be in my car than that one now. That looks scary. Oh, look at this.
This is kind of Robbie's second storage before the car's getting worked on kind of thing.
Look at this.
Yeah, there's some special things in here now.
Oh, that's very nice now. Oh, imagine that as a drift car. I know it's a rally car, and I know it's better as a rally car, but as a drift car, that would be like the dream.
Well, it would be great, but I mean...
But you'd hit a wall and then have to spend 20 grand on a shell, so...
And you would cry.
And you would cry every time, so... Oh, look at this. This is a very, very expensive car.
Very, very tightly done.
That is a very fancy car. Champion in Northern Ireland. It's a sprint champion. Modified saloon sprint champion. Very, very cool. That's wing game on point there now. You're going that fast, you need that. You're going pretty fast.
You know it's a fast car.
The Sierra rally car. Fiesta. Fiesta rally car. The engine's in the wrong place, Josh.
Well, it's in the wrong... Everything's in the wrong place. The seating position's in the wrong place, the engine...
It's a center seating Fiesta with what looks like a 4-cylinder turbo
That
engine.
looks like the coolest thing ever from here with the seat in the
Seat in the
centre.
middle, and then the whole back end is tube framed. I have no idea what this is.
That is absolutely
That's
bonkers.
madness.
I'm gonna look at the front. That is ridiculous.
Look at the pedal box in the middle.
That's fantastic.
That must be very. I think a McLaren F1, but it's a Fiesta.
So just all the fuel stuff
fuel
in the front.
tank. That's it, just fuel. And your reservoirs and the radiator.
Well, the whole front's been chopped off as well. This is all like tube framed and everything.
That is madness.
This is the thing that Robbie was talking to me about this earlier. This is a drag car.
Is that 2J?
Well, obviously a 2J and a massive turbo, but this is actually running a DSG BMW box. So look here, it's actually still got the BMW gear stick there.
Oh, so it's a DSG drag car, but it's a BMW gearbox 2JZ mated to it.
Yeah. So he was saying essentially because this is only it's only got 2 pedals, but he can, because it's technically got a clutch, he can electrically enable a clutch. So he's actually trying to develop these as like alternative as sequential box for drifting.
Look at this. Look at the size of this turbo.
That's obnoxious.
This is like ridiculous. So we can't show you everything that's here because some of it is quite secret and it's being worked on for competition, so we can't show it. But I mean, to me,
That's cool.
like that is unbelievable.
That's almost perfect.
Oh, I love that now. Oh, I absolutely love that. Everyone at home wants us to do one thing, don't they? See what she's packing. See what is it? Oh, that's gonna fall off, I think. No?
It's a fancy hinge.
Fancy hinge. Oh, look at that. Look at the carbon on the insides.
Look at the manifold.
God, that's a beautiful car. That is a beautiful car. Right, let's get back to the dyno and see how Robbie's getting on with this MX5.
Okay, so the bad news is Robbie didn't have a replacement part for what we need. The good news is he said he can make it because he has a machine and he is a machine. So this could be quite interesting. That tiny little part, this one.
Yeah, well, we're going to make a slightly thicker one out of aluminium so it won't vibrate with the harmonics in the engine, because this is the big problem, I think. But also, these are a flawed design for motorsport. They have too many pickup holes, which makes the ECU do more work than it needs. So one of the common things that people do is put a trigger disc with less holes. So I've drawn up or pulled up a drawing of one that we've made before. And we're just going to make it out of this piece of 3mm aluminium. We're going to machine it down a bit thinner than that, make it maybe 1.5 mil, I think. And yeah.
It almost seems overkill to this machine to make something so small.
Well, it is overkill, but I've run out of these trigger discs I buy off another company with less holes in it that are a bit thicker and don't vibrate. So it's either that or we wait. So this will take 10-15 minutes in total. So I think it's faster to just make one.
So it's definitely faster to just make one. Very satisfying to watch.
Very satisfying. You know what, Josh? On this project, we've seen it all now. Like, we've really seen it all. This is amazing. These cars, Josh, it's like...
The challenging.
It's like... just make something. But it shows again talent of Irish people being able to make something out of nothing, to make something work in a car. I mean, I love how we were standing there going, oh, 510 horsepower is amazing, and then we realized the ECU. Am I right in saying that, Robbie? The ECU has actually stopped any damage from happening there.
Yeah. Well, the problem would be that if it got a false signal, it could put the ignition timing on at the wrong time and cause damage. So what the ECU's decided to do is, instead of doing that, it's just cutting the engine. So it cuts it for safety rather than putting it on.
We do the thing where we, thank you, Link ECU. Thank you once again for saving us. I appreciate it. I really do.
That's a low res trigger wheel, so because you're generally not driving the car at 1000 RPM all the time like a road car would be, we don't need all the extra resolution, so it's better to have less holes for high RPM.
Just made that out of nothing. It's just like...
That's what I need, that's what I'm making.
Really expensive machine software and years experience made it out of nothing, I suppose, is what you're really...
Well, I mean, she's no MacBook Pro now, but you know... no idea. So next time you guys try and build drift cars and you think it's good fun,
Think twice.
have your emotions in check, because this has been a week of it now. And like, we're here on what, Sunday? Robbie's working late, trying to get the car done for us. Really appreciate his efforts, and I mean, it goes to show, we were talking about Link ECU, we all talk about how good they are at preventing problems. Well, it just literally happened, that if we had a normal ECU, it wouldn't have picked up that problem and you could have done serious damage there.
And this is the second time a Link ECU has saved the engine.
Yes, many times now. So we're not, of course they're our sponsor, but I'm telling you guys right now, if you want to protect your engine, if you want to actually keep the car running, if you want to find a problem before it happens, you can see it first hand there. We can't fake this. We're not going to the effort of making all this for the cameras. It is exactly what's happening. So the last week has been very raw on these videos. So yeah, hopefully we get it in the car. Hopefully we see some progress. And if it maps today, Josh, I mean, the relief of both cars. At this stage, we've still a ton of work to do to get all the small problems fixed, but we just want the map, just to know that they run, to know that the work we put in and the parts we put in work. Come on.
This is it now, this is the moment of truth.
So we're just verifying the timing with the new sensor. So you see down here in the crank pulley? So look down the crank, can you see that, yeah? Yeah. And now what I'll do is I'll adjust the ECU to bring the white spot to the mark. You hear the engine change to get it right where it should be. And that's bang on, that's 0 at 0. That's it, done.
There's the new little part spinning away.
Please, just please, bit of luck. That's all we want, is just a bit of luck now.
This would be a great ending to the video. I mean, there was a problem, you fixed the problem, and it's great.
Is it that simple though?
I don't know.
Yes, probably.
He's confident.
He says,
But it's not that simple.
It's not that simple, but he's
But
confident.
we have a simple solution.
I can't take any more of this. I can't take any more. done, Robbie.
Yep.
You made the thing went into the thing, and now the thing does a lot more than it did before. That's the technical terms.
That's the technical
That's the
term,
technical
yeah.
terms. This is very impressive.
That's pretty good, yeah, it's a good engine. The turbo's pretty good.
70 horsepower more than we wanted.
Yeah.
So we're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, look, it's good.
Okay, to say the least, I was massively jealous of Dave's secret sauce.
Mine was hot sauce. Yours was very mild sauce. Then we're going to just up the level a little bit.
So I've asked Robbie if we can add some secret sauce into, you know what, I want to call it psych juice. It's going to be psych juice.
Psych juice.
Psych juice.
It's a poor name, but it might sound good.
We'll see if it sounds better than the name. That hurt with these on.
All of the sauce. All of it. Too much sauce.
That's honestly incredible. Okay, so that is a massive relief. The biggest relief since the start of this project. Like Dave said, there is so many people to thank during this. Starting from Ryan and Wayne. I mean, last week, there was countless hours worked on these cars, late nights, early mornings, tensions were high to say the least, but we all got through it. Robbie, he's a scientist. It's like to figure out a problem, make the part, and it just worked like that. And to get an extra 20 horsepower is just, that's more than you can ever ask for. Link ECU, I mean, for this part of the project, Link ECU, without them coming on board, as you saw today, the engine could have been damaged, and without them, I mean, our bill could have been a lot more. There are so many people during this project that have made it what it is, and honestly, without the partners that have come in, the people that have come in to help, I mean, we had people that aren't even anything to do with drift games. They were looking online for turbos and stuff the other night, just literally just to help out, just because they wanted to see the cars done. And finally, everyone in the drift games team, Keen, Adam, Dave's dad Des, Blaine, all of them have been the biggest help in this last week, whether it be picking stuff up, taking up work that I wasn't able to finish because I was working on the cars. I say working on the cars, doing the edits. And honestly, Dave in this last week has been the biggest help to the project. You may not see it, and he says a lot of times he's off doing other things, but when a problem comes in like the turbo going and there's a big hit to the budget, I don't know how he does it. He goes off on the phone and he comes back half an hour later with it sorted. He moves budgets around, he cancels things. He's literally the person why these cars are where they are right now, because as we keep on saying, they've gone so over budget, they've gone over schedule, and somehow the company's still running. We're still making these cars, we're still able to finish these cars. This was only an idea on paper, say 5 months ago, and then here we are with Dave's car is now running, my car's just finished on the dyno. And yeah, it looks like we're actually coming to the end of this project, which has tested us at the end, but I really honestly think it's going to be worthwhile when these cars are done, and I honestly cannot wait for them to be fully done, revealed. I can't wait to show all you guys, I can't wait for events to open up. Right, I'm rambling a bit, so, and my arm's hurting from holding this, so at least this video will end on a high, and that's the most that we could have hoped for. And honestly, it's the best feeling right now. It's a weight off my chest that the car's running, it's mapped, it's above the power that we're hoping for, which is unbelievable. So mine and Dave's car both got over the power that we were thinking. But my God, what a roller coaster of a week this has been. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for following us on this step of the journey. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next episode, which will not be as hectic as this, fingers crossed, because I don't think my heart can take it. Right, see you guys then.